So this is our first podcast. This is going to be the very first one. This is the intro to it all.
Man.
Huh?
Dayman.
Dayman.
Fight throughout the night, man. Champion of the sun. You're a master of karate and friendship for everyone.
You're going to do the whole fucking episode here? Oh, shit. So, like obviously we're doing the intro later on after we did the podcast already. That we're going to be doing it all the time. We do get into some shit. If you like sports, this is the good one to listen to. We talked sports for a very long time. I think then we go into the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, and then we go to politics. We're not going to get into what we said, but if you want to hear about that stuff, fuck you. But yeah, no, I think we have a fucking pretty good podcast here for you guys. I'm not even going to say the name because I'm about to say it in 3, 2, 1. Fuck you, Chicago, this is 2 cigars. Fuck you, Chicago, this is 2 cigars. 2 cigars. Welcome to 2 Cigars with Jimmy White and Nick Hester. Today, we're talking about Kaepernick.
Ooh, Kaepernick. We're going to just dive right into this?
Yeah, we're going to just dive right into it.
He's not going to do good. He's just going to kind of float by. Maybe there'll be hype like the first couple weeks because he's going to be in the league since 2016, but he's not going to see the field.
No, yeah, definitely not. I mean, there's no fucking way he sees it. Unless Derek Carr gets injured. I mean, I don't. Do they even have another backup? No, it's just Derek Carr right now, right?
No, but they should also really think about getting another backup because, I mean, we don't even know if this guy really wants to play.
Well, that's
truthfully speaking.
Yeah, that's the thing is everyone like I kept hearing everybody on this when he went into the Raiders, everybody on social media was like, give him a chance, just give him a chance. I'm like, they did give him a couple chances. He was supposed to go to Atlanta. Completely fucked that one up by saying fuck you guys. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know the full context, but from what I understand,
he was gonna go to Atlanta. I didn't hear that.
He was gonna go to Georgia to Atlanta. He was gonna go to the Falcons, and they're gonna have scouts come from. I think like it was like over 10 teams were gonna come and watch him play.
The one time where like 15 teams, and then he changed the site because he wanted his cameras or whatever, right?
Yeah, which is like, come on, dude. If you really wanted to play, you just go.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's. We're talking, I think, 2 years, or was it 1 year?
Maybe
a
year
year or 2. 2 years. Maybe
yeah,
I know it was probably for last year, so we're going on 2 years. So I mean, good for the Raiders. I mean, if you think about any organization that was going to give a team a chance or someone like that a chance, it's probably the Raiders.
Yeah, just
Cowboys,
win, baby.
Pittsburgh, like. You know, those are teams that normally give people chances like that. So.
Yeah, but people also have to realize right now too, is that we were talking about is that when because I keep hearing reports that he signed this like 2-year, $36-something million contract. Then I hear
got the bag.
Then I hear that that's what the contract might be. So he hasn't officially signed it yet. But even if he does, regardless, the fact that he's going to start over Derek Carr is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
That's not gonna happen.
They just picked up Devontae Adams for him, for Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Like they're all in on Derek Carr. I mean, does this guy deserve a chance? Like, I think that's what the biggest question is. And personally, at this point in the entire thing, because 2016 is when this whole thing started. At this point, he does not deserve one.
So I think like before, he definitely. I mean, there was a lot. I mean, he didn't want to play. I mean, I'm gonna just say it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like he really wanted to play. Yeah, were teams maybe backing off on him? Yeah, he was polarizing. There was a lot of things going back and forth with him, whether it was correct or not correct, whatever the case is. But it was still like you were taking away from the team, like a team that, look at the 49ers. That's a great organization. They're always competing. So they passed. I mean, they got a new coach. I mean, I do think each team has 3 quarterbacks, about maybe 4.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 90 to 100.
You need at least because the positions we really need the most backups. I would have to say is lineman is one.
Yeah.
Definitely like a quarterback. Maybe you can get away with just 2. You know, maybe.
Yeah, but you generally speaking,
you
right?
want
like,
three, you know, and then running backs, you need 3 to 4. Like,
yeah, I think each team has about 3. Maybe a team has 2, and a third one that has no chance, right? But he did go to a Super Bowl not too long ago. We're talking about within 2014.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and he's a young guy, so if you ask me, do I think he's top 100? Probably. There's a lot.
In 2016, top 100. Now, I don't even think he cracks the top 100. I mean, look,
he hasn't played. We
don't fully know, but we've seen the video, and like I said, when I watched the video, they made a lot of good points on the broadcasts and stuff like that. He was taking 6 seconds to throw a ball. Sometimes he's taking like 6 step dropbacks and taking like 5 to 6 seconds to throw a ball. You're not getting any in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember this. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if you remember this though. Like the Bills, perfect example. They made the playoffs a couple of years ago. I think Josh Allen was hurt. Their backup quarterback, I think, was like
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, he got hurt, and so they had a guy named Nathan Peterman.
Yeah.
Okay, he threw 10 passes, had 5 interceptions. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about top 100. You got players like that.
No, yeah, you're right.
So
you're right.
He's gone to a Super Bowl. So even if he cannot perform on the field, he can at least, like, he's been there before Derek Carr.
Yeah.
So you can at least tell him, like, hey, this is how I prepped. And they almost won. What was it, 34-31? They almost won.
Here's a question, though, right? Because Harbaugh was a great fucking quarter. Like, sure. He was a great coach.
Yeah.
And it was Harbaugh versus Harbaugh. It was kind of like, was that more of Harbaugh than just them not knowing Kaepernick's skill set? Like, they weren't ready for a running quarterback for the most part. You know what I'm saying? That defense was set up like they had their secondary set up. But see, I don't know where the fuck I was going with this. It wasn't to like trash Kaepernick. What it was, this was the question was, so far the last season, if you watch Tony Romo, he wasn't calling the plays like he was when he first got out of the league. Like, he wasn't reading the plays. He'd be like, oh, they're going to pass it here and it'll be a run. He's like, oh, well, I guess I'm wrong. Like, it was happening more often. He was still calling a lot of good plays, but it wasn't like that first 2 seasons when he was, like, fresh off the field.
Yeah.
And that could be the same thing with Kaepernick, is, like, he's been off the field for so long now, because it's been 2016. We're looking at 6 years?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like in all sports. Look at Conor McGregor, right?
Well, yeah.
If you're not in there performing, it doesn't matter how good of a striker you are, how dominant your left hand is. If you can, train all you want, you could spar all you want. There's a big difference between training, sparring, and practicing compared to because a lot of it is like, you
need it all, though. You absolutely need it all.
Oh, you need to practice and everything like that. I mean, unless you're Iverson.
Right? Yeah.
Unless you're Iverson. But again, it needs to all come together. You could be the best. Look at Peyton Manning. He was the greatest regular season quarterback. Playoffs come, it's completely different.
Yeah.
There's people on the other side of the team that are paid a shit ton of money to just watch everything. Like, oh, he's gonna go if he goes right, he likes to shoot with his left hand. If he goes left, he's gonna go with his right hand, right? For all sports, like, you see baseball now. Even in baseball, they have cards in their back. Every time they pull it out, they read it like, oh, this guy likes to pull the ball, this guy likes to push the ball. Hey,
you're actually seeing the catchers with the quarterback wrist, the quarterback sheets.
Yeah,
they'll be flipping that up and they'll have the whole thing right on their wrist. He has it. This guy has it right now. We're watching the Texans.
You'll see
athletics.
You'll see pitchers too. Like, they'll pull out in their back. They'll be like,
yeah,
all right, I threw 3 curveballs to this guy before he wolfed on every single one. I'm gonna throw
Yeah. Well, that's the game is changing.
The game is changing.
Changing. What's that?
It's growing. It grows.
That's the thing, is like, how much has? I mean, it's hard for a fan to really know exactly how much the game has changed on the field. You know what I'm saying? But how much has it changed in 6 years for Kaepernick?
Yeah, I mean,
it might be a whole different game in 6 years.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a big time frame. Like, I'm talking, like I said, like, that's why I said now it's really hard to determine. We're back like maybe 4 years ago, or 3 years ago. Then it was kind of like, well, if he gets on the field, he has to knock the rust off. But like, how much rust does he have on him now? Well, he could come out and his first game could be like, look at I mean, I don't think he's gonna do a Michael Vick.
No.
Fucking.
Well, he's not gonna start. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
He's not gonna start. And granted.
And he might never start.
Here's the truth of the matter, though. If he goes out in the practice field and preseason, and if Carrs throws 5 interceptions in the first game, and they're like, get out there, and he looks good, he will start.
Yeah.
Right. This isn't.
Well,
there's no grudge. People want to win, and
yeah.
I think that's kind of over with. even like his documentary you saw that he came out with, like that's not even really getting any like it just didn't get any traction. He got a big check for it, but people, it's been a long time now. There's distance from what it was, and people's minds have changed, the culture has changed, you know, so I just don't think it's pinpointed on that anymore. I think he could coast for a couple years if he wanted to.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just hope that people understand that if he doesn't start, it's not because like of racism, which is that, you know, because that's what they're gonna say right away, because you got Derek Carr, white quarterback, and then he's behind him. It's like, it just like
that should not be a
but you know, it could be a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to be. I'm just looking into the future, like trying to look into the future. I'm like, I hope to God it's not like that.
Yeah,
I really hope that it's just like people see what it is, and because the full honest truth, let's say he did sign this contract already, he might not even make it to the preseason. He could get cut in training camp.
Get cut. Yeah, I mean the NFL is the big one where it's like, what did you do? Not for what you did 2 weeks ago, a week. What are you doing for me now?
Yeah.
And they'll cut you.
Because if he's practicing with the second team and all he's doing is throwing interceptions, they're not even going to let him see the field.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. Like, you can't even get our backups.
To be honest with you, though, if
he might be an exception.
He's gonna, yeah. They're not gonna cut him because it's gonna be even worse.
It will be.
Like, it won't be like, oh, they give him credit, they signed. No, it'll be worse.
Well, and that's the problem too, right? Like, he's also like, that's why when we say that it doesn't seem like he wants to play, like a lot of people say that. For me, at least, when I say that, that's what it looks like when he wants to be a backup, but he also wants $20 million. Like you don't really want to fucking play, dude. You just want, like, I'm not saying he wants the money. Yeah. He's throwing that number out there, hoping that no one gives him a contract. Like, I feel like that's what that's what it's coming off as.
Yeah.
Who knows what maybe he really truly believes that's what he deserves to get paid, but to me it just seems like he's just throwing it out there so he doesn't have to actually go into the NFL, and then he can keep riding this wave of, you know, they're blackballing me. Which it's really hard to say that when he had a bunch of opportunities. Like the Ravens, they gave him a contract offer, he turned it down because of his girlfriend. I mean, it's just it's one of those iffy like situations at this point, because you're either on one side or the other side.
Yeah, and to be honest with you though, I just don't think that's divide anymore. I just don't think people really care. They're like, if a team wants to sign them, sign them. Like.
There is. I mean,
I'm not saying there's not.
I'm saying you don't have social media, but if you look on Facebook at some of the posts of Kaepernick, like Kaepernick gets a workout, the fucking people that are talking on there, and look, and it's both sides, because there's people that are like fuck that dude, he shouldn't deserve a shot, la 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 la, he's a fucking cheat, you know, and they just go too hard. It's like, dude, like, let the NFL handle this at this point. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion, but that's why, like, fucking social media is just ruining this fucking country, because it's just...
Oh, for sure. Everybody has hot takes.
No one should be able to see everyone's opinion. Like, I feel like that's because America is too diverse.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have 300+ million people here. Of all different races, of all different religions, of all different backgrounds, like...
Yeah, and I mean, I never believed it when my parents always told me that there's three things you don't talk about. How much money you make, your religion, and politics. You don't talk about that.
Yeah.
But social media has completely got rid of that thing.
Because there's no repercussions.
Well, yeah, exactly. What the thing is though, is I also agreed with a lot of people saying like, no, fuck that. Like, I want to talk, you know, like, and I'm one of those people that can, because I'm not gonna get offended by anything that most people say. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, you're entitled to your opinion, but
yeah,
the level of like, people get offended on such a high level now.
Oh, people get offended so quickly.
Yeah.
So quickly.
And it's 0 to 100 too. It's not even like gradually.
Well, like, for example, like, if Kaepernick plays, does not play, gets cut, wins a Super Bowl, it doesn't affect anybody's life except his. So people getting, like, up in arms and, like, not, like, cutting family members off and not talking to people over, like, the simplest
the conspiracy. Like, if he gets cut.
Oh, the level of conspiracy that's like.
Oh my god! Well, it's going to be on both sides of the spectrum. That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
If he gets cut, it's the same people. Not the same people. You know, obviously there's right and left. So he gets cut. The left's talking all their shit, but he wins the Super Bowl. The right's going to be talking shit, saying that the NFL gave it to him. Then if he gets cut, the NFL fucking blackballed him. He deserved to be on that field, but he didn't. You know, it's going to be the exact same thing. Can you close that door? Sorry.
Yeah. Depending on that, though, because I mean, if he comes out and he gets to the Super Bowl and he's actually performing on a high level,
people are still going to do. I'm telling you, because look,
but how
people are still people. There are going to be people out there that are still going to say that the NFL gave it to him. That some of those players, when the guy was wide open, that quarterback got quarterback got paid to get that guy wide open because he needed to at that situation.
So
he should have gotten there should have been a offensive pass interference on that play. He should, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, there's going to be people that are going to be talking shit like that if he wins the Super Bowl. If he doesn't, like I said though, and he gets cut before the season even starts, or he gets cut any time, or he doesn't even see the field, then it's going to be the opposite side where the other side is going to be talking the same. You know, it's going to be the same. It's the same level.
I think there'll be more people for that. There will be people for that, like you're saying, that will be like, oh, the NFL gave it to him. But also, you have to you're saying that they'd be wrong, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. If he makes it there, he makes it there. Like
let me ask you this though: you would also agree though that the NBA gave LeBron James that title with the Lakers?
That one felt like it.
It felt like it, right?
But also, it's
Tom
also
Brady
a lot easier. It's also
Bowl.
easier to see that though.
Yeah.
But also Tom Brady, like with the tuck rule, and then and then the thing is too is like when he started off too, that they had a fucking crazy fucking defense.
Yeah.
And they had one of the best kickers of all fucking time. And he
yeah.
bailed them out twice.
So,
but
my point with that though is just that he's just more polarizing, right? You're gonna have more people out of the woodwork coming out and being like, people are just gonna hate on Tom Brady and LeBron James.
Yeah,
right. Like Golden State, I feel like
I hate on LeBron. I'm a big.
We're Bulls fans. We have to.
Yeah, I can't.
We're Bulls fans.
And it's hard to say that I really grew up on like Jordan because I was I was 6, 7, 8 years old. Like
we had a squad. We had a legit squad with Derrick Rose, Boozer, Kyle Korver, Luol Deng, Joakim Noah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned Korver, Kyle Hendrick.
Yeah,
that was Kyle Hendricks. No, that's our pitcher.
That's a pitcher. Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh my
Heinrich.
God, Hendrick.
Heinrich. Right?
Yeah.
I forget his first name. Yeah, Kurt Heinrich. We had some legit.
It looked like we were gonna go, and then he fucking swarms. He popularized, like, because we were talking about it. He wasn't the first one to start it, but he popularized the player-built super teams.
He was the first one to start it. Who started another one? Not a team.
Player-built super teams.
Yes.
Yeah, probably him.
Yeah, he was the first, right?
Probably him, but it was kind of starting to go a little bit because I'm probably wrong on this one. That's why we need to get a guy on Google. We need to get a fact checker.
Yeah, we
but I could have sworn when what's his name?
Joe Rogan's guy?
What's his name? When Iverson went to the Nuggets, I could have sworn that was him talking to Melo.
Possibly, but Melo got out of there real quick, and so did.
Yeah. But I think that they were trying to do what LeBron did, but it never worked out the way to the level that LeBron did. Because he was pulling in everybody. He brought Ray Allen out of fucking retirement.
Yeah.
Like,
what's your thought now on Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and now Ben Simmons? Do you think they're going to stay together? Because the Nets have been very vocal on maybe not giving extending his contract.
Look,
you saw James Harden get the fuck out of there. Ben Simmons, God knows, he hasn't played all year. Like,
that guy's he's a bum.
Yeah,
he's a fucking bum. I mean, he's got talent, like no doubt.
Yeah,
but he's a bum.
Yeah,
big time moments, all that stuff. He can't shoot.
God, there was times where you were watching, like he had the dunk, he had the open, and he would just pass out. It was like, what is going on?
Like I said, I'm not a big basketball fan, but I still got my opinions.
Well, I'll tell you this: the biggest team that fucked up with actually a few. You got the Chicago Bulls, you got the Minnesota Timberwolves, you have the Philadelphia 76ers. All passed on Jimmy Butler. Why they did that, I have no idea. The Bulls, I understand. Timberwolves, I kind of understand because he was getting into like almost physical fights with the players. Like, you guys aren't playing up to what I think you guys like, kind of like a Jordan mentality. Yeah. And he went to the 76ers. They have one lucky 1 in a million shots.
For a while there, I'm not gonna lie. I thought they
Leonard,
were. Yeah.
He threw that one up and it dink, dink, dink goes in. Like, that's 1 in a million. You know, they could have been in the finals. Jimmy Butler brought Miami to the finals against LeBron James. Like, I mean,
well, he just look
at this right now. Game 7, he forced the Game 7.
The thing is that we're not like as fans, we can kind of see it better than the players and maybe the organization. You know what I'm saying? Because when you got an opportunity to get a Jimmy Butler, you grab him.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't look at personality. You don't like. That's what we're like. The biggest thing about it is chemistry too. Like people do not.
Well, I don't know if you saw Embiid. He had tweeted out that Miami needs one more star in order to win. Kinda because him and Jimmy Butler are really close. He was really upset when they got rid of Jimmy Butler instead of Ben Simmons. And so you hear that and you go, wow, could you imagine if Joel Embiid, like I know that would be a super team, but that would be
Goes to the Heat?
Yeah, but that would be a super team that I would want to see. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
because I love Jimmy Butler.
Look, so like if Jimmy Butler and him don't talk about it, and he's just kind of like saying like, I would love to go to the Heat, like, or you know, I would just I want off this team, I want off this team, I want off this team.
Yeah.
And the organization made first contact with him and was like, look, like coming to us.
What can we do?
Then that to me, that's not the player built super team. It's still an organization building a super team. But the thing is, right now, that's what it is. The whole NBA is super teams at this point.
Yeah.
You gotta go out. You gotta grab players because the fucking level of talent that are on certain teams is just unfucking bearable.
Yeah. I mean,
the thing is too is like Golden State right now. You're seeing it. You're seeing it. That's a organization built team.
Now let me ask you this:
with
how much do you think it's Steve Kerr? How much credit do you give Steve Kerr?
Look, I give him a lot of credit. Now I'm not gonna say like credit for game plan or anything like that. But he's keeping those guys. He got the chemistry right. As a head coach, he's got them correct. He's got them all going. He's got them rolling together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to take anything away from him.
And at a high level, like that's what the manager is most likely. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like okay, football's different. Head coach got to come in there with a good fucking playbook. You have to have a good playbook.
Well, there's also a defense coordinator and an offense coordinator. You got to work together.
Yeah, but they all have to get on your page, on your fucking playbook. You know what I'm saying? Like you take pages out of theirs and stuff like that, but the offensive coordinator has to run your fucking playbook. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's at the end of the day, you're the fucking author on that fucking book.
Yeah.
Where in the NBA, you can have plays, you can run your plays, but to be honest with you, most of the time it's improvised.
Yeah, let's
like the passing around. You see the passing around. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, some guy breaks to the rim. Like sometimes I think it's like the play was to go around and shoot. All of a sudden, that play gets disrupted by one fucking defender. Now it's fucking like, let's just do what the fuck we can do. Get to your best guy and see what he can do with it.
Yeah, well, that's what you saw with Jimmy Butler. He took over the game.
Exactly, and to give so people don't get confused, that does happen in football.
Oh yeah,
the improvisation,
look,
you know what I'm saying.
Look at the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
they lost Odell Beckham in the middle of the game, and what did they decide? We're going to give it to our best player.
Yeah,
we're going to drop back. Stafford's going to target, whether that was the coach or whether that was Stafford or whether that was Kupp that was like, give me the ball, or Stafford was like, you're the guy.
And there are audibles and stuff like that too. But the thing is though, is like it's a little bit different with football. With football, it's like pass or run. Really, that's what it comes down to. Regardless of how the plays vary. It's either pass or run. Like in basketball, if he was like, we're dunking this play, like it doesn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like get the open shot and get the fucking ball in the net. That's what I mean by it's different. It's a whole different sport, obviously.
It's completely different. Let's get back to the NFL. How do you see our conference going? Because you're a Packers fan. I'm a Bears fan.
Yeah, Packers win this year.
You think so?
Packers take division. I don't see as of right now. I don't see Fields being the guy to overcome the hump that you guys have been trying to get over.
There's another.
You guys also lost Khalil Mack and your best receiver. It's going to be a very tough season for you guys. Yeah. We don't have any receivers, but Aaron Rodgers has been used to one full receiver. He can make receivers.
There's a I wouldn't say giants, but there's like a sleeping team in our conference. That one time you look at the Purple Eaters, you look at them and you go, this team could go.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for Cousins, they'd be already there.
Sometimes you look at Cousins, you go, God, this.
Well, he's like the discount version of Peyton Manning. Great during the regular season, just cannot fucking do shit when it comes to playoffs. If he even makes the playoffs. Because right when they're like, we need to win these next 3 games, you already know they're not going to win those 3 games.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he's being Manning, though, because, Peyton Manning...
I said discount version.
Yeah,
like
very
discount. I'm talking about
at least
I'm talking about the clearance rack at a Dollar Tree.
4 Super Bowls, 2 we won. He might be like a Matt Ryan.
A discount Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Peyton Manning, because Peyton Manning's up there.
Yeah, you're right. Speaking of that, how do you think he's going to do on the Colts, Matt Ryan?
I am very excited to see that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do well.
Dude, that was...
I mean, we've seen this now, multiple sports, multiple places, where an older guy who has had some success, right? Look at Verlander in baseball.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people thought his career was done. Goes to Houston, dominates. And the Colts have a good team where he doesn't have to...
They've been waiting for that quarterback to come along, but the problem is they keep picking up fucking old quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, but
Phillip
Rivers
Wentz was a fucking downgrade from Rivers.
Wentz was bad. But I'm not saying that Matt Ryan's in a better position than Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers was very old.
Yeah,
Matt Ryan's a little bit younger.
He's got 3 or 4 years left.
Yeah, and I mean, we see Tom Brady,
but
we see Matt Stafford.
Well, they're going to I was about to say, Stafford is a quarterback they never should have passed up on. They should have went out and tried to trade for Matt Stafford. If Matt Stafford's on the Colts, who knows what the fuck happens with that team?
Yeah, my only issue with them is that who's the running back? Taylor.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, who is a fucking beast, man.
He's a beast, but as you know, in the league, running backs come and go. He was okay the year before, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, we don't even know what Derrick Henry's going to look like this year, too.
Last year, he was a beast, maybe the best running back besides Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry,
if he doesn't get hurt,
he might be the best. But as you know, you see so many running backs come and go, so we don't actually know how good he's going to be this year, or how good he will be the following year. You know, he could be done. They got a good defense. They got a good coach. So.
Yeah, I mean,
and I look at it, and I'm like, the AFC is so stacked. I'm gonna review some teams.
I know that they're gonna be dominating.
You got the Buffalo Bills. You got the New England Patriots.
Okay, we'll take.
Patriots won 10 games, or 11 or 12 last year.
Yeah, they are also in probably the shittiest division in the AFC.
Well, Buffalo is great.
Well, yeah, Buffalo.
Buffalo was one drive away
but who else is in there? So you got the Dolphins and the Jets?
You got the Jets are, the sorry ass Jets. They're like the Lions.
Well, that's what we were talking about quarterbacks, how like a quarterback can come out of nowhere and have one good game and then all of a sudden
they had a really good draft. I don't see them being a threat, but I hear a lot of people, so I'm keeping my eyes open.
Well, that's the beauty about sports is analysts are fucking wrong
all the time,
all the time.
And I mean,
but they're paid to say their opinions, and that's what it is, an opinion.
Well, look at the Bears. People thought after that 1 year it was like, oh, we're gonna be here every single year, and it just died off. You got the Dolphins. I mean, they're not the worst. They're not the best. They just got Hill. That could change things.
Fuck no, dude. There's no way Hill okay. For that team to be good, to get a good receiver of his caliber, he would need to go in the slot. Hill is not going to be a slot receiver. Tua cannot get him the fucking ball. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I don't care. He doesn't have the fucking arm strength to get downfield like that.
Yeah.
Like he said, he went from a fucking Ferrari to like a Ford or something like that, like a Taurus or something like that. That's literally what it was. Like he wasn't lying about that, but he never should have said it. Especially when you're trying to get good with your quarterback, you can't fucking do that.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next. You got the Titans, which that's a team if they can.
You want to talk about comeback player? I don't want to say century or decade.
Century.
Maybe I don't know. It'd be hard for a decade. Tannehill.
He blew the game.
He went from the fucking Dolphins where he didn't make shit and then comes back and fucking turns his team around too. And I'm not saying he just himself turned it around.
They have a defense. They had receivers.
Yes, they needed a game manager, and he was a perfect fit.
He's a perfect fit, but I don't know if he's going to be the one because
to get him over the hump. No,
because
definitely.
you got to have.
Well, you also look at all the names you've passed. Like in the playoffs, is he ever gonna?
Yeah.
If he just consistently makes the playoffs with that team, I feel like that's a big success for him because. I don't see that I don't see them making it past the Bills. I don't see the Titans making it past the Bills.
Yeah, but you play to win the game, right?
Oh, of course.
You don't care. I mean, yes, the Tennessee Titans aren't this like great dynasty like Pittsburgh or Green Bay. Forget even like the Bears that have like since the originals, right? But still, you play to win the game. So if he's not going to be the guy, you got the talent right now. I mean, they did. Who did they lose Brown or did they lose Jones? Or did they lose both?
Who? Yeah, I think AJ Brown's gone, and Julio Jones is still a free agent.
Yeah. So
AJ Brown's on the fucking. Is he on the Eagles now?
I think he left.
I believe he's on the Eagles now. I'm like 98% sure. There's a 2% of doubt right now.
Let's see.
Check it out.
Eagles.
Eagles,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean,
That's it. And the Eagles. I mean, who do they have right now? That's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. And you got Julian. He's still a free agent. I guess I'm looking right now. It says the Packers are looking into him.
They fucking better.
That'd be a great pickup.
They fucking dude. You know what? You know how I was most pissed off about that? The Packers or no one even tried to attempt to pick up, even for just 1 year, is fucking Larry Fitz.
That's insane. I
Oh
really
my God.
thought Arizona would. He wanted to come back.
Yeah. I mean, he became one of the best slot receivers. Like, even though he couldn't fucking move or something like that, like, fucking still sign him up. Have him come off the bench or something. Shit, he didn't. He's not an ego guy.
Yeah.
He accepts that he's old and he's gonna take a fucking a role, whatever role that role is. You know.
Yep.
I don't understand why the fuck he didn't even get an opportunity.
Yeah. Then we got the Bengals, the Steelers, and the Ravens. We've all been kind of battling through it. Maybe the Steelers take a step back because they got Trubisky as their quarterback. It'll be the first year rebuilding. We don't know how he's going to be. The Ravens, you don't know which Ravens they're going to see. And then Bengals, I mean, they had a great year last year. I don't know if they can sustain that.
I don't know. What you want?
They got a squad. Got a squad.
With the Ravens, though, Lamar Jackson, because there's a lot of talk about the kid. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I like the guy. I really fucking like him. I just don't know about him. Like he's one of those like anomalies where you're like,
who does he have? Who has he had the whole time?
Himself?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what they're doing with this guy. For what he has, I think he's been good. Now, if you throw like Hill or Brown or on the team and they kind of stay where they're at, you know, they
to be honest with you, oh my god, could you imagine Tyreek Hill going there? Just grab the whole box.
There's only one in there.
This podcast brought to you by High Noon.
Yeah, we're looking for a sponsorship.
Yeah, I might have to bleep out that because we might get sued. But we're drinking High Noons and smoking on Padrones.
Yeah, so High Noon knows it's the only seltzer I drink. Yeah. It's the only one worth drinking.
White Claw.
Another one that I've been looking for is a Sprite. I don't really drink pop.
Yeah, but if you guys ever make a seltzer liquor,
yeah, I will be up.
Yeah, he will.
And I don't even really like Sprite, but I think having a sponsorship by Sprite would be pretty cool. So
yeah. Also, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Or no, a Pepsi.
Then to round out the AFC, you got the Chiefs, you got the Raiders, you got the Chargers, and the Broncos.
The Broncos now, we don't know about them yet, but they
Russell
on
Wilson
paper.
Is a wild card.
Yeah. Because look how many on paper teams have we like especially the Browns. Yeah. Everyone thought the fucking Browns were like at least big time contenders. And they never fucking lit up to it because that fucking the Eagles on that fucking team.
Well, I would say the Eagles, and I would also say that franchise is god awful. Like, put those same guys on the Lions, I'd say the same thing. Put them on the Jets, I'll say the same thing.
That's another big thing
too. Put them on Pittsburgh.
What they're doing to Baker Mayfield right now is fucking absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know how anybody has not signed him.
No, because they're not trading him.
Yeah, but
he's still under contract. It's up to them.
But they could get something.
Yeah, but they don't want to because if they fucking get rid of him and Deshaun Watson ends up rapes those fucking girls, then they have nobody.
Everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
That's true. That's true. And we don't know what the fuck he did.
Yeah, we have no idea.
I really didn't look into that one too much. All I know is that I guess he was getting a massage and was like, touch this.
I just don't understand these days. Like, that is like, before it was like tax evasion.
Yeah, steroids.
Now it's just massages. And
now you're getting arrested for just trying to get laid.
Like, look at Bill Belichick. Not Bill Belichick, the owner of the...
Yeah, well, look at the other Bill, Cosby. He was just trying to get laid.
Ooh, yeah, R. Kelly, you know.
They were just trying to get laid.
He was just hanging out at high schools. Yeah. So, he married a 14-year-old.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
I hope those fuckers burn in hell.
Yeah, God. You know what's really, like, I know we were joking about that, R. Kelly has so many hits. Like, I'll be listening to a song and I'll be like, oh man, yeah, I remember like listening to this song and I go, ooh.
I'm so glad I was never really into him.
Yeah, well, R&B, like,
Yeah.
you know, I like it. You know, I get down with it, and man, he's got so many hits, and then I'm like,
R&B, that would be a good fucking one, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You just walk in, it's just R&B playing nonstop.
Yeah.
You can't turn it off.
No, it's just nonstop.
It's just nonstop R&B music playing
Yeah,
at a loud volume.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Then you go to the NFC, right? Eagles and Cowboys. I'm very interested to see how that plays out. I have no confidence in the Cowboys.
No.
Out.
And that was.
Let me get that straight out there.
I don't mind Dak Prescott.
I like Zach Prescott.
I think they should.
Your coach, the old guy.
Yeah.
He sucks.
He sucks.
He's gotta go.
McCartney is a fucking bum.
He's gotta go.
He literally was like, we fired him because we're like, you have the same playbook, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, this playbook's perfect.
Yeah.
He did the old Waterboy thing.
Yeah.
He took that fucking little playbook that he won the fucking World Super Bowl with, and he's like, I'm not letting go of this. He's fucking sitting there holding on.
What play are we running, Coach? The same one we ran 36 10s in a row.
Yeah. Remember 2011?
Yeah. Hey.
Game against the Detroit Lions?
Well, I think this was his playbook. Okay, what's the play, Coach? Rodgers drops back. Okay, then what? Rodgers.
Rodgers throws the ball.
12.
Yeah, 7 points.
Right, that's his number 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just in his book. It just says 12 drops back.
Yeah. 12 for 7 points. Every fucking play, that's what it's labeled. 12 for 7.
Yeah, we touched on the Eagles with Brown. We'll see what happens there. We talked about the NFC North. And then, honestly, from there, you really just got the Buccaneers and the Rams.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, we don't know what the fuck the Bucs are actually going to look like now. Like,
I think they're going to go...
Tom Brady is Tom Brady, obviously, but he retired for a purpose, and then he comes back out of retirement. I just don't think he's... Do we know if he's really, like, mentally back?
So I think he's 1,000% mentally back.
But see, that the thing is, though, sometimes when that happens, he's too back, if that makes sense. Like, where he's coming back and he's on a more of a mission now than he was. He was so laid back when they won that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck this. If we win, we win. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Now he's like, I have to prove it.
I think the beginning of that season, right? That was the first time we seen him flustered. He was holding up 4 fingers and it was 5th down against the Bears.
But they won that season.
They won that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So towards the end, they started to gel more.
I just don't think the beginning of that season was what he kind of expected. And then, like you said, he kind of just like, fuck it, whatever. If we win, we win, you know. And then that second year, you know, they come back and tie the game. It's one play bomb from, like, that game was over.
Yeah.
Like, if it goes into overtime, Buccaneers get the ball, game over.
Yeah.
They're going to the Super Bowl again.
Look, I was the biggest Brady hater, but at this point in his career with the Bucs, I mean, like, yeah, he went to a completely fucking stacked team that all he needed was a good quarterback, and he went there, and that's what happened. But
well, I'm just
tired. I respect him now. That's a problem.
I'm very tired of predicting his downfall. We've been doing this for too long now.
Oh yeah.
Since, like, I mean, we're talking about from like 2013, 14 up. It's 2022 now. Like, people thought, oh, after that, his last season with New England, you know, you thought that was it. And I think really the big thing was, like, he was like, wow, I just went through all this training camp. I just went through all of this. I want, you know, and to get to the playoffs and one play ends my season. You know, it takes a whole time out of it. And then I think he, you know, another great player came up to him in a different sport, Ronaldo, and, you know, that kind of sparked it, him coming back. And he's smart enough, old enough, wise enough to be like, if I'm coming back 100%. I think he just isn't ready to give up the game, but not. And I mean, again, he can maybe come back and he could look like Peyton Manning's last year.
Yeah.
And then you just know.
Yeah.
Right? But I think he wants to go off.
Well, so do you think that he re-signs with the Patriots at the end of his career for one game?
You know,
does he do the 1-day contract thing?
So I thought.
Do you think he does that?
I thought he really was going to, but after this time, I don't know if he's going
I don't think Bill does that. I don't think Bill would do that.
Well,
I don't think Belichick goes like, yeah, come back for 1 day.
Well, I don't think Bill, but what's the owner? Bob something.
Robert Kraft.
Robert Kraft, yeah. I think he loves Tom.
Oh, yeah.
And he fucking loves Tom.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick loves Tom too, but in a different way. Like,
Yeah.
Bill Belichick's not going to show his emotions. He never has, never will.
Yeah, he likes. See, the thing is, like, yeah, Belichick likes Tom Brady as like a good like like when you have a really good A to B car, and all of a sudden towards the end there it starts like becoming too much money to maintain, and then you're just like, okay, fuck it, it's gone. I'm gonna reminisce about you, but I got this brand new like car.
Well, I think people always got to remember this too. People think just because, you know, you play together and you guys are so great together, you know,
well, they never hung out after.
That, what I'm saying. That everybody just kind of assumes that, oh, they're brothers, they are their best father-son, or they're best friends. And, you know, you're not. This is it's a business, and two, you know, not everybody clicks, and you're kind of forced to click, and like, you know, you're competitors. Right? And maybe we don't like each other, but if you're good and I'm good and we want to succeed, we're going to play together, we're going to figure it out, and we're going to go. Now, if I get a different opportunity, yeah, sure, I'll leave. But meanwhile, if we have a chance to win, you know, you're going to go for it.
Yeah. So let's talk about, have you even been trying to pay attention to the Johnny Depp Amber Heard?
A little bit.
A little bit? Oh my god, dude.
I paid attention a little. At the beginning, I was very into it.
It's the best TV right now.
Oh, it's great. I just don't know, like, because I don't have social media.
Yeah.
So I'm getting articles. I'm sure on social media it's probably legendary.
So, I really don't even look at the comment. This is one of the only times where I'm not even looking at comments at this point.
Yeah, because the story's so good.
Yeah, I'm like I don't want to hear what people's fucking opinions are. I just want to hear this shit. Dude, the fucking shit she picked the wrong lawyers.
Well,
big fucking time.
So we've discussed this. I really do believe she really thought that it doesn't matter what lawyer I get, I'm gonna win.
Yeah, because I already won once.
It's that dynamic woman versus man, and just.
Well, she admitted it. She said, "No one's gonna believe you. You're a man."
Yeah,
and she really believes that.
My God, some of the shit that's coming out of it is so like the lawyer's getting owned.
Oh,
the lawyer's getting the TMZ guy, the Johnny Depp.
Oh, the TMZ guy was fucking hilarious.
Now, did you see too? We'll get back to that one, but before I forget, did you see like Johnny Depp and the lawyer? Now there's like talks they're banging or something.
Yeah,
it's all over the place.
Yeah, and they don't even interact like that. The one lawyer that he's interacting with is a dude.
Yeah,
but because that girl is roasting her so fucking good, and it's kind of like, who like, you know what though? It's a brilliant move by them, right? You got this really good lawyer. She's a good-looking girl too.
Yeah,
and she's roasting a good-looking girl. So destroying. So who the fuck's gonna talk shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna be? Because if it was the other dude that he's got, because the other dude that he's got too is a good lawyer too.
Oh, you're mansplaining. You're mansplaining.
Yeah. Oh, he's just intimidating her. Well, no, fuck that. We're putting a girl up there. I think it's such good fucking. Like,
I think she underestimated how popular Johnny Depp is. He has a huge following. When did he first start doing movies? Late 80s?
Shit.
As a kid.
Yeah, but I think his first movie, I think, was Nightmare on Elm Street.
How old was he? Like, what year was that? 89 or 87, right, when that came out?
Probably.
So we're talking about...
I think it was earlier than that. I think it was like 85 or something.
He's in kids' movies. He's in gangster movies. He's in
movies. He was so good in Black Mass.
Yeah, and
I know that one wasn't received that
Donnie
well,
Brasco?
But yeah, no, maybe.
What's the one where he's the informant with El Pacino?
Oh, yeah. I fucking can't. I don't know.
Yeah, not Donnie Brasco's the Rabbit movie, isn't it?
No, you're thinking of Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko.
That's a good fucking movie.
Well, that's
too.
a great movie too. Yeah. That actor is amazing.
Oh, Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, he's a great actor.
There's like it's like all these great movies, and then for me, there's just like this one blackout, and then all of a sudden, there's great movies afterwards. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk shit about that movie. I just couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to watch that movie.
Yeah, but Donnie Brasco's the one where he's the informant with the FBI, and he gets in with Al Pacino, and then he like burns Al Pacino at the end, and like, I mean, he has a wide range of like kids with the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. He is.
Yeah.
He's been in scary movies, so he has a huge following. And I just
the fucking like Edward Scissorhands. I mean, he's done.
That's what I'm saying.
Every fucking thing.
That's what I'm saying, and I think she just underestimated how much people like him.
True. Yeah.
And he's just an like, yeah, he might have his troubles and stuff like that, but he makes great movies, and he's just whatever, you know, and you're not any better.
Yeah.
You know, and I think she just underestimated it.
Well, I think what's really going on here too is that you kind of realize that he's honestly, she's toxic as fuck.
Oh, super toxic.
And this is the year for toxic women. Like big time. I'm actually really happy that it's kind of like happening like this, and I'm not saying because like I'm putting women down or anything like that or nothing like that, but for years now, it's like I don't know. It's more of like what I'm trying to explain is that I've been waiting for equality, like actual full-on equality, and I don't think anybody knows what the fuck that means. If that makes sense. Like nobody knows exactly what they want. Everybody wants what they want, and that's it. That's what they're going for. But no one's willing to like bend and not break, but
there's a lot of double standards. They want the equality on a lot of different aspects, but they don't want. But in other aspects, it's like, well, you know, we're women, so like, give us the benefit.
Well, we know someone like that. Okay, so this part got cut out because it's just that this is how it went. We're cutting this part out, so we're just filling it in right here. That's all it is. Don't anybody look too deep into this.
Booga.
Boogity.
Oh.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get really mad about that fucking cigar smoke.
I know. Blowing it this way.
It's right in my fucking face. I've been fucking dying over here. I've inhaled more cigar smoke than fucking I have ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Let me figure something out real quick. Hold on.
Pause it.
You know, fuck that. Keep talking.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
So people know right now, Jimmy is on his knees.
Oh, don't you dare.
Some moments later! So at this moment in time, I actually had to hook up a fan because his cigar smoke was blowing right in my fucking face. Wasn't his fault though. Even though he was literally going right down my fucking nostrils, but it's all good. I forgive him. Alright, yeah, that could...
How long have we been talking for?
Fucking 46 minutes.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
We've been actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, and it's been all about sports.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. It's not all about sports, so we gotta try to bring it in for other people.
Yeah, but the other problem is that right now we're going towards something that we talked about earlier that we shouldn't be talking about. It keeps leaning that way, and I'm like...
What? Just...
Well, what did you say? Don't talk about how much money you make. Don't talk about religion, and then don't talk about politics. Even though we're not like necessarily talking about politics.
At the end of the day, we're millennials.
Yeah, but like I follow this stuff. I'm interested in this stuff. I just like, you know, when you talk about it and you have an audience. Yeah. I'm not saying we do, but I'm just saying it's out there for public if you do post this. And I just don't want because people hold that against you.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're just talking or whatever, like we were saying, people get really heated, and you got some keyboard warriors out here, and it's just like, I don't want to deal with that crap.
Yep. God's fake, Biden's a joke, and I should make more money.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe. God.
Now we've had, let's talk about that a little bit. Not just about Sleepy Joe, but we haven't had a fucking really good. I mean, look. Alright, so at this point, we're going to start talking about politics here, and I don't want anyone to get fucking triggered, but this is a trigger warning, because we get into some shit. Well, not crazy shit, but...
We scraped the surface, if anything.
Yeah, we did scrape the surface, but it does come down to the point where some people might get offended by this, and I'm just letting you guys know that right now, and it's literally the most mild shit. This is... If anyone wants to fucking Will Smith slap me in the face, fucking feel free to over something like this, but really, I don't think it deserves it. Alright, back to the politics. Now looking back on it, I don't think Obama was bad at all. Look, and I never really talked shit about him in the first place. I was just like, yeah, he kind of he did his thing till he got out of office. He played it safe, which is really how bad is it to play safe at this point? We weren't really doing it, but the thing is the covering up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then blaming the shit that he kind of not he started, but he also did. And just blowing it up against Trump was like, it didn't make anybody look good when you actually know what's going on about it. Like the fucking cages.
Yeah.
The kids in cages, that's been going on for a long fucking time.
Well, that started under Obama.
Well, yeah. it's been going on. That's what I'm saying. It's been going on for a long time. It's been Obama was he was a part of it, and then Joe Biden knew about it because he was fucking vice president.
Yeah.
And then they blamed it on Trump for starting it. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that's
which was so crazy.
Look, it's okay. It's okay to hate Trump, but when you let that fucking hate blind you from every fucking thing else, that's when I was starting to get like fucking pissed off. Where it kind of sounded like I was defending Trump at times when we were talking to our like people. I was never really defending him. I was just trying to like tell people like, hold on, you're blinding yourself because of how much you fucking hate this guy.
Trump's rhetoric was awful, but he also was like, and this is, I'm not even gonna try to be like, well, he wasn't a politician. You know, the way you look at presidents is like, presidents should not be. Here's the one thing that people get really confused about for like.
You got to represent us correctly.
Well, politicians are not going to save you. Like, they're just not going to save you. When a politician says, like, give me complete power, and I'm going to get you out of poverty, and I'm going to cure cancer, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, I'm going to end all world hunger, they just don't have the ability to do this.
No.
And
which is what people, I feel like now, like, not even nowadays, but it's been like that forever. People just don't have that ability to call the guy that they're rooting for, call him out on bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
they're just like, oh yeah, of course he's gonna do it.
This guy was running saying that he was gonna cure cancer. Like, what kind of outrageous? Like, if you were vice president not too long ago, are you saying that
they've had it already?
They have it. I know plenty of people. Everybody knows people who died of cancer. So if you're just hiding in your back pocket and all your buddies, like, that's an outrageous thing to say.
Like, Trump was a bad president. Joe's not any better. Let's just can we all agree on that as a country?
I don't think Trump was a bad president though.
No.
Think about how great your life. Like, yes, he was annoying.
Yeah.
He fucking said a whole bunch of bullshit. But like, if there was just a muzzle on the guy, think about how great your life was as far as like how much money, like all the like. Because at the end of the day, that's
for you not to have any type of social media. You actually got to see it from living perspective. That, I think, is the biggest thing, is that a lot of people, because they have social media, pay attention to social media.
People are so engaged with it.
Well, that's the problem, and I feel like that's what blinded them from the things that were happening. I'm not look. I'm still not saying he was a good president. I'm not saying he was the worst one we've ever fucking had. People are gonna say that all the time, but as representation of this country, he was the worst representation. Worst. The fucking worst. The guy was he was looking back on, now that he's gone and I can kind of look back on it a little bit now. He here's a lighter. He just, I don't know, like, the shit that he said was just fucking, like, you shouldn't say it as a president.
Oh, for sure. For sure. This was not
the China virus. Like, you don't like I understand where the fuck it's coming from, but you don't, as a president, you don't do it.
Well, I don't even think that's really like the worst ones. There was a lot of bad ones, like
him basketball shooting fucking toilet paper to the fucking people that needed it, like to the refugees or whatever the fuck it was. Yes, I mean, it's funny. Funny. Look, it's funny, but he shouldn't have been doing it as president.
Well, here's the best part.
Okay? He can do it now.
Let me just say this, right? Before Trump, people weren't so fixated on politics. Like, there's an old saying that if you're a bad lawyer, you become a senator or something like that. Nobody wants to be a politician. It's not fun. Like, you're constantly in the spotlight never for good reasons. Good reasons. No. Because you're just constantly getting, like, if somebody doesn't like you, you are just getting just railroaded.
You want to talk about bad politicians? We're living here in Chicago. We have fucking the worst.
We have the worst mayor.
Dude, oh my god.
Like, I look at other mayors and I go, is she worse than
Daley?
Bellagio in New York?
Oh yeah, no, right now, yeah, New York's pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
right now.
I mean, he's not the mayor now. He just let go or whatever, he stopped. But Lightfoot's got to be the worst one out of all.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I look at the one in Seattle. I look at the one in Portland. I look at the one in LA, and I'm like, Mayor Lightfoot's still the worst.
Yeah,
she's still the worst. Like, she. Well,
we had that fucking big giant shootout, and she was just like, what was this? It was mutual warfare.
No, that was Kim Fox. Kim Fox.
Okay.
She's our I think district of attorney or whatever. She's the one that prosecutes people, and she said, well, nobody got hurt outside of the parties that were shooting at each other, and so it was mutual combat or whatever she said. And
mutual combat.
Yeah,
what the fuck is that? It's on a fucking public street.
So nobody should be prosecuted, and it's like, oh, I don't know about that one.
And the thing is, too, then you look at it and it's like, you know what though? It is Chicago. Maybe it was fucking mutual over here.
But you know what?
It's fucking so bad, dude. This whole fucking city, dude.
That's the problem. We've become numb. Like this is Memorial Weekend, right?
2 blocks away, some kid got fucking shot and killed. Like, for me, like,
and
look, I'm not gonna lie. Growing up, that shit never happened in this
No.
neighborhood, and
No.
it's not even the like.
Forget it.
Look, I don't want to throw anybody out there, but our people that are close to us that are saying it's because the gentrification over there are bringing people over here, which could be the possibility, but I don't think it's that. I just think that's just how fucked up this.
Well, it's just gotten so. I mean, traditionally speaking, you live in a big city. There's always a little bit of threats of, maybe getting robbed or whatever the case is. There's always downtown is not safe whatsoever. I mean, a known rapper of Chicago and kind of not locally, in the United States is probably known because he grew up, or he came up in that like drill area, and he got shot right in front of a high-end the Versace store, dead smack in the middle of downtown Chicago, like right there. Like
the kids do not give a fuck anymore.
No,
that's just what it is. The kids do not give a fuck anymore.
Really bad.
And I'm not a part of that culture, so I'm not going to talk about why they feel like that, like why they feel like they have to do that. I don't know if it's social media or if shit's just getting that bad to where they have to do shit like this. You can make whatever you say. If you're not a part of that culture, it's an assumption.
Well, it's an assumption, but tell me this. You're saying that what was that last part you said?
Which last part?
No, the last part you said. You were just talking about this that we didn't know how bad it got or something like that.
Well, yeah, we don't.
So
really
how
know.
bad in their neighborhood, right?
Well, yeah, like job wise or something like that, which doesn't include that doesn't include them killing someone in front of a Versace store.
That's what I'm saying.
No matter how bad it's got, that's just hate right there. That's just they hated the guy that fucking much.
That is something, I don't know. It's.
But also,
it's,
no.
Bad.
Actually, we don't know because what if that fucking person who shot that person and was like, "Hey, we're gonna give you some money"? Like they could have taken a fucking.
But a
paycheck. We don't know though. We have no fucking clue.
That's the big one. It's like eventually, like a lot of these shootings are retaliations, right? I don't know about a lot, but some, right? Which is a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing. I mean,
which is the only thing that pisses me off is that fucking 6ix9ine didn't get a retaliation at all. Like how the fuck, man?
He's got Fed agents all over him.
Yeah. When they knew he was talking to the feds before it became like a big public case and he didn't get fucking nothing towards them.
Did you see? So our city has gotten so bad. Did you see? So this anchor is in downtown. She's on like Chicago and
the gun,
and she's talking.
It wasn't a gun.
It wasn't a gun.
If you look at the video, I don't think that's a gun. I'm telling you, there's a screenshot.
What do you think it is?
It could be a fucking TV remote. It could have been his fucking phone, dude. It doesn't look like a gun when you actually see the still shot of it. It doesn't look like a gun. He just did it, which was fucking still stupid on his part. He would have been better off just yelling "fuck her" in the pussy.
Yeah, I don't know, but regardless, gun or not gun, it's still implications of like what the way.
Especially what happened with that fucking the actual case where that fucking guy got fired. And came back and killed the fucking the newscaster and killed the.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, he got fired from the news company. And they're out in the field, and he just walked up, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's doing, and just a fucking shot and killed her, and then shot. And I think he killed the fucking cameraman too. They shot both live on air.
Yeah.
Like she's talking on air, and all of a sudden she looks a little off to the camera. And she's like, and you see her go to say something, and all of a sudden you hear gunshots, and she starts screaming, and then all of a sudden the cameraman drops. I think he shot the cameraman first and shot him in the back, and then he shot her a bunch of times. And then I think he turned the gun on himself. I'm not sure. Like I'm not full, but I know that actually happened. But I'm saying like since that incident, you can't fucking go around and pretend to point a fucking gun, regardless if it wasn't or not.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just become so wild. Like that we had a mass shooting just 2 weeks ago. It wasn't talked about.
No.
But 9 people or 8 people got shot. 2 of the 10 people total got shot.
Yeah.
I think 8 people shot.
Texas does it bigger.
Yeah, Texas does bigger. Well, you know, you can do the same amount of damage with a pistol. Clearly.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand how. Like, I don't understand how that Texas happened. I don't understand how to because we made that joke, and I just want to clarify. Like, I am not condoning anything like that. It was just me trying to like crack a joke.
Absolutely not.
But honestly, like that one was the fucking worst, dude. Was it 19 kids and 2 adults, like 2 teachers?
It's very bad.
And the problem is too is like it does hurt the gun side of things because it happened in Texas where they say like everyone's concealed carry and that this type of stuff won't happen in Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't understand how it happens. I don't fully fucking get it.
Social media.
We could. I mean, so could possibly because
there is So like,
I know he was talking like he I think the day before he said those kids better watch their fucking mouths or something like that. He posted that on social media. No, I mean, but the thing is like,
well, the kid was fucked up.
The kid was fucked up, but how?
I mean, he shot his grandmother.
Yeah, and then took the car.
Yeah, before going and killing 19. Like, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. And it's bad. It hurts the gun community for sure. But there's no real solution for that because like what they're saying is like, oh, you gotta have like background checks. Well, this guy had a background check. Well,
because he was also 18.
That's the problem.
Maybe we move it up to 21.
Well, and then there's the issue of you know people could vote, people, you know, could go to the military. Sign up for the military.
No, I know, but these 18-year-olds are not ruining the fucking voting thing. They're ruining the gun. They're ruining the gun lobby, which we could also move that.
I'll counter with this. The Las Vegas shooting. How old was that guy?
Oh no, yeah,
60 something.
Yeah, he was fucking well.
The one in New York, how old was he? In his 60s. So there's a big issue with, you know, young kids
and obviously
and older people.
No matter what mass shooter it is, you're always gonna get the family to say that he would never do this. Yeah. They said the same. Jeffrey Dahmer's family said the same thing. There's fucking home footage of Jeffrey Dahmer at the like at his table or something like that, or with his nephews and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you would never expect this guy to fucking kill and eat people.
No, the other problem is that one, you have Texas that doesn't have the strictest laws, but he did buy it at a licensed dealer, so they did do the background check.
Okay, so
now he was young.
So maybe.
How about New York though? New York has very strict gun laws. That kid that just did that purchased the guns legally with the background check, was able to get the guns, and then did this horrific thing.
Okay, so how about you're allowed to purchase the guns, which like this might be because I understand that you can get shit illegally. But how about you're at 18, you're allowed to still do the whole background check, get your fucking gun. You're not allowed to buy clips or ammo for it unless you're at a gun range and you don't leave with it.
Well, here's another issue, right? You can, like you said, you can get things illegal. The problem is that you could put any laws in place, right? This guy, and not just him, all of them have clearly broken the law in so many different ways. One, you're not supposed to have a gun on a school property. Okay, that's number one.
Well, that was the thing too.
You see the
2 guns. Like, there's no way he just concealed carry. Like, walked into a fucking grammar school at 18.
He drove a car into the fence or whatever, hopped the fence, went into the school, locked himself in the thing, and so like, yeah. And same thing with the like. He just so
sometimes things just happen too quickly to really understand what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, and I mean, for God's sakes, people like there's so many laws that are just broken. Like, yes, you can put as many laws as you want into place. People can still break them.
Well, and everyone thinks that they got the right attitude, like they got the right way to fix this whole problem, and they don't.
Well, that's why I brought up the New York thing, because New York has very strict laws. So does California, which they had a mass shooting where an Asian guy, I don't know what descent, but an Asian guy went and killed a bunch of other Asian people. So, it's not... that was hush. Did you hear about that one? No. So, and the one in Chicago, why was it hush? Because it was with a handgun instead of an assault rifle. So, and the other thing, too, is with these assault rifles...
there's no doubt that there's no... Well, yeah, they say assault, so people assume that they're fully automatic.
Yeah, they're not fully automatic. But they're hard to handle. They're hard to, hide. Like, we're talking about these big rifles. They're hard to hide. And you can do the same amount of damage with a pistol.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It just is what it is.
And I mean, we live in Chicago. There's these fucking kids with pistols that are fully fucking auto.
All of the shootings done, majority, I would say about like 99% probably, are all done with pistols. So even if you get rid of assault rifles, I mean,
even if you get
crime is still going to happen.
Okay, well, the thing is that we have to try to figure this out, and we do have to all come together without fucking yelling at each other, because yes, gun violence has become a problem in this country in the sense that we cannot also get rid of guns at the same time.
No.
So we don't know how to we don't know how, like, there's no like right answer. You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
we have to figure out. We do have to figure out a way to at least slow the process down that's going on right now.
Well,
because right now it's happening at a higher rate than ever before, and we do have to figure it out somehow. But I don't have the answers.
So like people like focus in on the like mass shootings. They're horrific when they happen, for sure. They're also, compared to all the other shootings that we have, they're very rare. They have the biggest news and following because it is even more horrific.
But it evens out. The victim count evens that out.
I don't know about that.
You got
how many victims we have in Chicago, and it's not even a year, and it's
I understand that,
20, 30,
but you're talking about 50 incidents, 50 dead bodies, maybe.
No.
Or 55 dead bodies and 50 incidents.
There's probably over 1,000 so far in Chicago.
Yeah, but how many shootings?
Over 1,000.
And how many dead bodies?
Like 200, 300.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. When you got one person doing the shooting and 20 dead bodies.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, is the victim count kind of evens. Like, I'm not saying it evens out, like, because I don't want people to take this in the wrong way at all. But that's what I'm saying is, like, there's...
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's horrific.
It evens it out to the point where, like, both of them are... You can't, like, say one's worse than the other. It's just they're both fucking bad. We don't know how... Like I said, especially since we live in Chicago, we hear more than other, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, other, like, parts of of America hear about it. We hear about this shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
From friends, from family. It's not in the news, but we hear about it. Like, right, like, I don't know.
It's not a... There's a lot of factors with this problem, right? You have mental health. Well, what are we doing about that?
Well, that's the thing they're not talking about. Is like we all like
this can obviously
we have to talk about it.
Very troubled.
Yes.
Had like so.
We have to talk about it on the same level. We can't just be like, okay, well, fuck that. He had a gun. We're talking about guns. No, we gotta talk about maybe restricting some gun laws or maybe get a little bit tighter on younger people. But we also have to talk about why that fucking guy did it. The why is the biggest thing that always gets tossed aside.
It's just like
we want to know why, but we find out why, but we don't fully like once it's like, oh no, this kid was really fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
They just kind of like, all right, whatever.
Well, the problem is like nowadays, like if you have mental health issues, it's like, well, what like, yes, is the solution to lock these people up? No. I mean, there's some that should definitely have some kind of care, right? Like, what's the people that are like all shaky and conspiracies and they talk to themselves?
Well, there's a lot of different like terms for it. It's not schizophrenic.
Yeah, that one.
Is it?
Yeah, that one where they're like.
Well, it's also manic depressive too.
Yeah.
Also, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of different.
So those type of people are just kind of walking the streets. Because we don't know what to do.
But there's also different levels to it, because there's some schizophrenics that aren't that bad. Like, yeah, it's bad to have that, but they're not gonna go around fucking killing people.
Yeah.
But there's also like ones that are out there where you're just like, this guy's gonna do something crazy within the next couple. But there's
there used to be a community thing, right? Like people would know, people would discuss, people would like.
Oh, don't go by Crazy Jack's house because he's fucking.
Well,
you know,
yeah, but also like people would call the police, be like, "Hey, there's a troubled kid. Like he's at like." People don't do that anymore. People like really stick to themselves.
Well, also bullying is bigger than ever before.
Bullying is bigger than before because of social media.
And not face to face.
Yeah.
Because when you say bullying, the problem is people don't understand. When you hear bullying, you're thinking that the guy was face to face. No. This kid was probably trying to make it. He could like we don't know, but some of these kids could have been trying to make it on social media, posting videos like we're about to post this fucking podcast, and the fucking comments came back were just hate. They can't handle it. Like you and me, if people are fucking hating this podcast, okay, yeah, it might hurt our fucking feelings, but we're gonna keep fucking doing it. Well, like it's not gonna fucking. We're not gonna go shoot up someplace or fucking kill ourselves because of it.
No,
it's not the last thing that we have. Sometimes this is like, social media is the only thing these kids have.
Well, policy has a lot of ramifications, right? So, I'll give an example like COVID, right? I understand at the beginning, and whatever. I don't think there was ill. Well, I think it was a power ego thing, but when you're talking about like Fauci, right? Obviously, he wasn't going to say, "Yeah, go out, take off your mask, do this, do that," because his only job is to protect everybody. So he's just going to repeat the same stuff over and over again, because if he just says, "Yeah, it's done, everything's good," and a bunch of people die, he's going to lose his job.
Yeah.
Right. So
he's got to play it safe. He's got to play it safe.
But let's just take that into consideration, right? The lockdowns. There was so many ramifications for that. Suicide went up. Businesses were closing. People were losing their jobs. Depression. People were overweight. People were terrified. The school was a joke. Our children were not learning. Our children's kids.
All the e-learning was stupid.
Kids need to see face to face. They need to learn human emotions. They need to learn these type of stuff. And when you have a mask on, you don't learn that.
Well, no, not even that. Like, look at my 4-year-old. This whole thing happened in 2020. She was only 2. She was 2 years old.
Yeah.
She just finally started interacting with other kids, and she's super fucking shy. She doesn't know how to.
That's what I'm saying.
All the kids are running around playing tag, and she's by herself in a fucking thing, pushing a cart around, playing groceries by herself, and then she's like, "Dada, play with me," because she's so used to me. You know what I'm saying? It fucking breaks my heart, but. That's what like you were saying. That's what the pandemic did, because
there was a lot of ramifications.
Yeah,
and then also,
you know how many times I would take her to the fucking park?
Yeah,
and other parents would be like, "Hey, Susie, come here," and they would leave as soon as we got there because they were just afraid that we might have had COVID, and it's like they wouldn't even let their kid play with another kid.
Well, that's a good point that you put, the health one, right? People had cancer, people were diabetics, people, so many people were skipping treatment. Because they were more worried about getting COVID, and there were so many ramifications with this.
Sorry, they just took the lead.
Took the lead.
Fucking crazy, dude. They're fucking down 4-0. Now they're fucking winning 5-4 in the 8th. Jeez. With bases loaded.
Texas and Oakland is a shit show.
Oh, I know. That's why this is such a great game. But we are coming up on an hour and 10 minutes, so we might have to wrap this up soon. Stay classy, Chicago. No, that's a Ron Burgundy line.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Chicago. That might be our sign off.
Yeah, fuck you, Chicago.
I want to end on a segment. We haven't really thought of a segment. We kind of did this on a whim.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Anything crazy you've seen lately that you want to share? To
I've finally seen a butthole get blown out for the first time.
Okay, we're gonna end there. Fuck you, Chicago.
All right. Love you guys. Fuck you. All right, so that was our first podcast. Wasn't that bad. Looking back on it now, we kind of listened to a lot of the shit. Not bad. I feel like we did pretty good for our first one.
I think we're flowing pretty well.
Yeah. I feel like it's got to get a little bit funnier at times, but it will. We're gonna let that come naturally.
Well, that comes. I mean, obviously,
it does come.
Yeah. we have a microphone for our face. We have headphones on. I don't wear headphones like this.
Yeah, we're just not used to the whole setup right now, but we will. We obviously every time this drops, we're gonna be smoking cigars, drinking a little bit, having some fucking fun. So we're gonna let whatever flows. This exactly what this was. I feel like it was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I think we stuck to points. We weren't all over the place and stuff like that.
Yeah, we might. Obviously, we're learning. We're getting through this. So if anyone's listening to this, just
be patient.
Yeah, let me whore ourselves out. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Plug it.
Yeah, plug. The name might change, but I'm pretty sure 2 Cigars is what's gonna end up being.
Yeah, I don't care if there's another podcast with 2 Cigars. It's ours now.
Yep. Oh no, I looked it up. I don't think there is.
Yeah.
There's like a cigar podcast, but there's no 2 Cigars.
Well, now it is.
Oh yeah, right here. Stapled it. Fuck you, Chicago.
Yeah, fuck you, Chicago.